Not from Leicester, not from Kettering, and not from Northampton. Live from Market Harborough, this is 95.1 HFM.
HFM Weather in association with the new South Leicestershire Learning Innovation Centre. New location, new ways of learning, new experience for you. For more information, telephone free on 0800 731 6723.
Sue, are you with us?
Yes, I am.
Ah, good morning. How are you this morning?
I'm good, how are you?
I'm very well, thank you. Can you see your picture up on the screen there?
Unfortunately, yes.
Well, it's great to have you on the programme, Sue. Great to have you on the programme. We've had dealings over the years on a variety of community technology issues, and I know and I respect the experience that you've got. I want to talk to you to begin with. I want you to just tell us a little bit about the CWN project.
The Coventry and Warwickshire Network was started by someone called Chris Studman, who was part of an environmental network in Coventry, and his interest was to try and share information within an environmental grouping. In the early days, internet and email communications, whereby the group could communicate very quickly with each other, and what happened after that was community groups suggested that they too would like information and to be connected, and the whole thing exploded. So it went from it just went from 10 pages of information to probably something like 10,000 pages of information on the site now, ranging from everything from what's on at the cinema to news stories to history pages to births, deaths and marriages, and a very popular section called Find a School Friend, so that if you went to school in Coventry, you can search the site and leave messages for anybody else that you may have been at school with, or look for them. So it's an interesting way of doing things. It's actually communities providing the information rather than having it delivered to them. So
the people who actually design the web pages, they're not employed by an organisation to keep this site up to date. It's ordinary people in the community. Is that correct?
Well, not strictly true. In the early days, that was the case, but CWN is hosted by Coventry Internet Development, and that is a business.
Yes.
In the early days, it was very much about community information, and it's the actual information that is dropped into templates, so it is community-led information.
Yes, so it's community-led information. You have community-based journalists who are creating content. So what do you think about information communication technology and democracy? Do you think we've got potential to improve the democratic process, or are we so used to getting, if you like, spoon-fed with digital television that we're losing interest in local affairs?
I think the potential is there. I'm always sceptical about how people use it. And people will use these technologies for whatever interests them. And if they're interested in politics and democracy, they will then find a way of engagement. But actually, if you're working in communities, you recognise that you have to sort of work with a person around what they're particularly interested in. And think about in Coventry, if you're working in an Irish community, for example, how to engage someone with the technologies to find out what their particular interest is, and it may just be, what the football team is doing back home.
Yes.
Back home in Ireland or wherever. The same with, the Asian communities. It's whatever a particular group is interested in or a particular person is interested in. How we expand that to sharing information and using it in the democratic process is a big challenge. And one of the things that when we've tried to do online consultations around particular issues that affect people right on their doorstep, it's the community activists that get involved. It's those that are actually active anyway.
Yes.
And it's very difficult, for people to engage with the technology around burning issues, because sometimes the technology itself is a hurdle.
Right, yeah, so...
I'm sorry.
Carry on.
I was going to say, if you're comfortable with the technology, and you're actually, it's an issue that you're also interested in, perhaps something that's happening on your doorstep or something in your local council, then you'll probably use it. But as for using it, nationally in a democratic process, it's those that have the education and the skills and are using it anyway, I think, that will benefit the most at this point.
Right. So do you see, though? I mean, you're talking about the Find a School Friend part of the Coventry and Warwickshire site. Have you found that that's engaged people who might otherwise have had an interest in using the computer and the internet?
Yes, because that's what I was talking about. It's actually what they're interested in. And when we've demonstrated this at events, during festivals, if you stood in a marquee with demonstrating, the use of the web in a community context, what people want to do is find out where their school is and remember the people they went to school with, remember the headmaster, remember the teachers, remember those days, or perhaps even forget it at times. But it's making those connections that makes it real. And so, for example, the excitement on somebody's face when they see a name that they haven't thought of for 20 or 30 or 40 years, and the fact that they can now communicate with them. And it may be, that they hardly knew them, or actually they knew them quite well, but it's that human contact that the technology has enabled them to recognise and remember that seems to be the strength.
Well, I don't think you joined us last Friday when I'd use a similar kind of website to find out if there are any of my old contemporary school pals logged onto the internet who would join us on a programme, because we had Deborah Amidon from Boston, Massachusetts, so I thought it would be nice to have a Boston theme to the programme. So I used something like the Find a Friend school website and discovered somebody who was at school with me is now British High Commissioner in Belize, and through the internet I was able to turn up some old school photographs, including a picture of me at School Prize Day 1961, and we shared these pictures over the internet, and we finished up singing the school song in Latin in duet over this programme, which I'm sure was of little interest to a lot of people listening to today's programme, but it was, as you say, it was something that was of interest, and it does bring people together. One of the ideas that we had for this programme was to perhaps get in touch with Martin Johnson and have a Martin Johnson School Day programme, at which we could get some of his old contemporary pals logged onto the web and using this virtual classroom technology to be able to share pictures and stories about kids and teachers in school in those days. Okay, so let's move on quickly to your current work. Who is it you're working for now?
I manage a project called Women Connect. It's funded by the Community Fund, but it's based within the Community Development Foundation in London.
Yes.
Although I also work out of Leicester some days.
Yes.
And it's about connecting women onto the web. That's both with physical access and equipment, but also working with them around capacity building issues and community development, so that creating a network so that groups can communicate with each other, but also addressing particular interests that women may have, such as groups may be campaigning for domestic violence, and giving such groups a voice to plug into the policy, so that government can hear the needs and using the technology.
So do you think there are any particular issues or technology or hurdles or barriers which women have that you don't find in men's use of the internet?
I think men are probably far more comfortable with using the technology. So that barrier in itself is down for men, but not obviously all men.
Yes.
I think women come with at times with a nervousness, but as you said earlier on, there is a long history of women using the technology for word processing, etc. But the more creative elements, so that they can have a voice, so that they can engage and take part in consultations, that they can actually network with other women across the globe around particular issues. These are things that women often need support in doing, because it's not something that you can naturally do. Thinking about how can we network with a group, what do we say, how do we communicate, what are the kind of questions that I want to ask, someone that's working perhaps in India or Russia.
Yes.
Around the issues that I'm interested in.
Yes.
And so we're doing some, not so much under Women Connect, but under other projects that I've worked on. It's about building confidence and respecting each other in the environment in which we work.
So if there are any ladies in Harborough who maybe are in this position where they're a little bit nervous about using the technology, want to find out more, think maybe that there is some potential for them in helping them in their lives, how can ladies in Harborough get in touch with Women Connect, Sue?
Well, I think you put the web address up there. It's www.womenconnect.org.uk.
Yes.
And if they have email, they can email us at info@womenconnect.org.uk. Or alternatively, they can call us on 020 7226 5375. We have some funding to put women's groups online. We also have some funding to work around, to put some workshops on across the UK, regional workshops, so that people can get training and support. So that's a starting place. But I think there's nothing better than actually starting on your doorstep, and I believe you have an ICT centre that you're involved with.
Yes, we're here at Innovation House this morning, broadcasting to live on 95.1. Innovation House is the home of the South Leicestershire Learning and Innovation Centre, which is a government-funded project which will provide training for people wanting to get into the internet, for whether it's for business purposes or just general interest. So yes, people can come here and do some training. But I know also we have in Harborough we have women who are actively involved in a number of community issues, and one that springs to mind immediately is a particular problem with youth and drugs that we have here in Harborough. I know there are a number of women who are very active in campaigning for that. Would it be possible for them to contact Women Connect to discuss how technology might help them and maybe get some funding for a seminar?
Yes, it's something that wouldn't be funding for them to put on the seminar. We could actually work with them around the issues that they wanted to raise, and also equipment. So yeah, do tell them to get in contact with us.
Okay, so that's Sue Webb. If you are in that position, if you're a lady, you want to get into technology, there will be facilities here for training. But as Sue says, there is a special organisation designed there to support you. If you want to contact the station outside of this programme, it's 01858 464 666. So call in, give us your details, and I'll make the connection with Sue Webb over there in Coventry at the moment, working for Community Development Foundation. Well, thank you very much for joining us this morning, Sue. We're going to be going over to India very shortly.